Hey everyone! In today's video, we're diving into iCloud Drive to explore its seamless integration into your Apple ecosystem. Whether you're aiming to understand how it functions or seeking methods to simplify your digital life and file management, you've come to the right place. We'll cover everything from what iCloud Drive is, how to set it up on your devices, and some pro tips on using it more efficiently. Stick with me, and by the end of the video, you should be well familiarized with how iCloud Drive works and be able to take full advantage of all its functionalities. With that said, let's get started. So what exactly is iCloud Drive? iCloud Drive is part of Apple's iCloud service, which allows you to store and sync your data across all your devices. The iCloud service overall helps you keep things like photos, documents, apps, notes, and more up to date and accessible from anywhere. And iCloud Drive is just one component of this whole iCloud service. Think of iCloud Drive specifically as your personal file storage space in the cloud, accessible from any Apple device you own. If needed, you can also access this storage space from a web browser, allowing you to access your files and documents even from a Windows or Android device. Let's start with setting up or checking that you have enabled iCloud Drive. This process will be very similar in all of your devices. To do so, go to your device settings, then click on your account at the very top, then select iCloud. In this section, you will see everything you have included in your current iCloud subscription, and you can review what other plans Apple has available. For this video, we just want to make sure that iCloud Drive is enabled by clicking on the Drive section and making sure the first option, which is Sync My Mac or Sync My iPhone or Sync My iPad, is toggled on. We'll go over the other settings later in the video. A good tip I have for you is to spend some time getting familiarized with the different plans Apple offers when it comes to iCloud. Determine what services from Apple you use, if any, and how much storage capacity you need to store all your photos, documents, device backups, etc. And make sure you purchase the right plan for your needs. Remember that you can purchase just an iCloud subscription if you're just looking for more storage, or you can bundle it with other Apple services like Apple Music and Apple TV through the Apple One plans. Make sure you're not spending any more money than you need to, or make sure that you do have enough storage to store all your important documents and photos by purchasing the right plan. Now that we got the administrative stuff out of the way, let's learn how to access our iCloud Drive. In macOS, open a new Finder window. You should now see an iCloud section in the sidebar with an iCloud Drive and shared folders underneath. If you don't see this section, go to Finder, Settings, go to the Sidebar tab, and ensure iCloud Drive and the shared folders are checked. On your iPhone or iPad, you can access your iCloud Drive by looking for the Files application, going to the Browse tab, and you should see iCloud Drive under the Location section. If you don't, click on the three dots at the top, select Edit, and ensure iCloud Drive is on. If you don't have the Files application, don't worry, just go to the App Store and download it. This is an application provided by Apple, and it's completely free. Let's now see the main functionality of iCloud Drive in action. If I go inside the iCloud Drive location on my iPhone, notice that I have and see the same 6 folders that also appear on the iCloud Drive location on my MacBook. If I create a new folder on my Mac and name it, for example, Test Folder, I only have to wait a few seconds before I see the same test folder on my iPhone. Same thing, when I drag a file from my desktop to this new folder, it only takes a few seconds before I see it available on my phone. I can even go on and edit this file on my phone, save my changes, and when I open this file up on my MacBook, I will see the exact same changes. What you just saw, this process of managing all your files, is really the main purpose of iCloud Drive. That is to store, access, and sync your files across all your Apple devices. Pro tip number 2 is for those using Windows, you can access iCloud Drive via iCloud.com using any web browser. Just log in with your account, go into your Drive, and you will see your files ready to go. This is especially useful for somebody like me that uses a MacBook for all personal stuff, but uses a Windows laptop for work. If I ever need to access a personal document, I can simply go on to iCloud.com from my work laptop and retrieve that document. iCloud Drive also offers the ability to share folders. To share a folder with someone else, right-click on the folder and select Share. Here you have a couple of options. You can either send a copy to this person which will share a copy of the folder and all of its contents just as it is at this moment. Or you can select to collaborate with this person so that this person can see the latest changes made to this folder and all of its contents. When you choose the collaborate option, you can also choose who can access this folder. You have the option of choosing only invited people or anybody with the link. I usually like to leave it to only invited people so that I can control who has access to the folder and its contents. You'll also be able to change the permissions so that the person that you're sharing with can either make changes or just view the documents and files contained within the folder. And last but not least, you can also allow that person that you're sharing with to invite other people. After you share a folder, you will see the icon of the folder change, and you will also see the folder appear in the shared section. Don't be confused by this shared section here. Really, it's just a quick filter created by iCloud Drive for you to see what folders and files are currently being shared with somebody else. Really, it's just a quick view. If you need to, you can ignore that section completely and just manage all your folders and files from the iCloud Drive section. Going back to the iCloud Drive section, you'll notice some application folders like these pages and numbers folders are created automatically in your iCloud Drive. Don't pay too much attention to these. Apple just creates these folders to have a place for you to store documents for these specific apps, but you really don't have to use them. As you saw earlier, I stored a pages document in the test folder I created, but I could also store it in here in the pages folder or even in the numbers folder with no restriction. There's also a downloads folder that's created automatically when you download items from your iPhone or iPad. So don't mistake this downloads folder with the downloads folder on your local or on your MacBook. A good way to always know where you're saving a file to is to enable the Show Path option in Finder. Do so by going into the View options and clicking on the Show Path bar option. Notice how the Downloads folder on iCloud Drive has a different path than the Downloads folder on my Mac, which lives inside my MacBook's hard drive. Speaking of confusion, let's talk about Desktop and Documents folder. If we go back to our iCloud Drive settings, we have this option to enable the Desktop and Documents folder functionality, and this function tends to confuse a lot of people. As you see, I have this option off because I like having control on what files are saved on iCloud Drive versus locally on my computer. If I were to turn this option on, then the Desktop folder and the Documents folder that are currently stored in my computer under my Users folder would be moved to the iCloud Drive and appear under the iCloud Drive section. This means that everything I put on my desktop or anything I currently have stored in my Documents folder would be automatically moved to iCloud Drive. I personally don't like to use this option as I tend to store a lot of temporary documents on my computer, such as screenshots on my desktop or video and audio files for these YouTube videos on my Documents folder. I like to manually have control as to what things I would like to be shared across all my devices and stored on my iCloud Drive versus what's stored in my computer. But that's just me. If you do find it useful and you have a lot of personal documents already stored in your Documents folder on your Mac, and you want anything and everything that you save to this Documents folder to be automatically uploaded to the cloud and accessible in all of your devices, then you should enable this option and turn it on. But for me, I'll keep it off for right now. The last thing that I want to mention is that similar to files from your local computer, if you by mistake or anything else delete a file from your iCloud Drive, you can recover it. So you can either just go into your trash and recover it from your MacBook, or you can even directly from your phone press and hold on the file, click on recover, and I'll see it here in a few seconds on my MacBook. So you still have 30 days to recover any deleted files from your iCloud Drive. So there you have it. That is iCloud Drive and its main features. Hopefully this video was clear to follow and it was helpful to you guys. Thank you a lot for watching. If you found it helpful, please give the video a like and I'll see you guys on the next one.